let's talk about a couple of characters who aren't here tonight. So Ron, first off, are we going to see the Tammys anytime soon?
Well, we should point out Ron. We didn't have a cutout for Ron because we think that Ron may still make an appearance.
Nick is shooting a movie in Burbank, and he's going to try to race here. It's doubtful that he'll make it, but he's trying his damnedest.
If anyone will make it, it is Nick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. He actually whittles his car, right?
Yeah.
So are we going to see the Tammys again, 0, 1, and 2, or?
I believe that we've seen the last of the Tammys for this year, sadly. But the real joy of I mean, it's Paula Pell plays his mom, who Amy and I both worked with at SNL, and who's one of the greatest living humans. And then Patricia Clarkson and Megan Mullally are out there too. And so we've created this situation where at any moment, any of those three actresses can pop in and just ruin his life for a day, and it's very tempting. The rule of thumb has been 1 episode a year because they tend to just blow up the world so much that we don't want to overplay that card. But they're all so good, and I think it's safe to say that in the future they'll be back at some point.
And we should talk about Mr. Chris Pratt here. So this relationship. This has turned into quite a sweet, sort of project. I mean, the road trip that they took, and the whole process of them getting married. Talk about sort of how that relationship has evolved. How Andy kind of hit rock bottom, and now he's kind of on his way back up. He's got a job now. He just kind of got a pass grade on his women's. You feel like Andy's sort of on an upswing now?
Yeah, definitely. I think that Andy's he's learned a lot. And that's actually one nice thing that I don't think happens in a lot of TV shows, and this is a credit to Mike and the writers, is like when one of the characters in this world, which is, kind of almost a real world, Pawnee, there are rules that when established, the writers, they'll follow them. So if there's a lesson that a character learns, then in the future, they don't have to relearn that lesson. It's something that they carry with them, and it's, Andy's not getting smarter, but he's actually maybe getting dumber, but he's learning, and the things that he's growing as a person. That's pretty nice.
I do fear. I mean, he gets injured more than anyone else on the show. I mean, will Andy die? I'm worried for you, Chris.
Oh God.
Well, Pratt will tell you he's like you are a stuntman at heart.
Yeah, that was my number. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a stuntman. And my brother and I both were going to be a stuntman team, and we would throw each other down the stairs to practice. And never get injured. We would just like fall out of trees and hit each other with the car, or fall off a bike, or do like cool stunts. So like the fact that I get to do some stunts. I shouldn't say that I do all my stunts. I have Joe Baccaro is an excellent stuntman, and we have a great stunt crew that works really hard on our show. But when they write something physical and like a physical comedy bit, I'll usually try 1 or 2 on my own to do, and that's really fun.
That's always the rule, is allow Chris to do it a couple times before the stuntman does.
Yeah.
We did an episode campaign ad where Chris runs into a ambulance.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me and he's like, dude, I can't do it, man. I can't do it today. And I'm like, all right, great. You got stuntman here. Don't worry about it. Action. And he goes running, and full force slams right into that thing, falls right to the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, great. We don't have it. Let's have the stuntman do it again. He's like, all right, I'll run this time again, and I'll stop. And then ran even harder the second time. And I don't know how much pain you were in after that, but it was. But we used. I think besides the motorcycle, we used you for just about everything.
We've also gotten
the glass.
We've also gotten super lazy about it. Like Gore wrote an episode where in the season finale where he literally wrote into the script, Chris does something physical.
There was no blow to the scene. I was like, Chris does some shit. And he did. It was,
and he just like jumped. It was Little Sebastian, right?
It was Little Sebastian. He jumped over the
counter,
front desk.
on rollerblades, jumped over and then like landed on his head.
That was the.
That's the respect that you showed. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.